hope you guys are all having a good night. Thank you very much for joining. What we're doing tonight is we are going to be meeting with the Merlino crime family. Now, the Merlinos are a family that have been around for a while now and are active in the GTA Mafia community or GTA crime family community. Now, this is a community that I have been studying a little bit recently to try to understand their rules, how they play, that kind of thing. And I find them absolutely fascinating. So I hope you guys will as well. And now we are in the lobby with the Merlinos. I have my mic set to everyone. So, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man, we hear you. What's going on?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Good, good. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I really appreciate you guys making time.
No, we appreciate you having us, man. We need this. Mafia community don't get a lot of shine, so.
I understand completely. I come from the MC community, so I know all about that. Where do you guys want to meet up? Where's a good place for us to have our little sit down?
Right now we at the club.
Pulling up to the club. Oh, there's a line. I see you have your cars out here looking good. Dawn, again, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Boss, thank you very much for making the time and helping to make all this happen. I really appreciate it. I know it takes a lot to do the coordination. This is exciting. Look at all the different outfits, guys. This is one of the things that I love about the different types of communities that we have. Is how they have their own style, the way everybody dresses. I'm looking forward to you guys telling me more about that. So first and foremost, though, Dawn, is there anything you'd like to say to introduce your crew in general?
Well, introduce myself. I'm Don Tony Merlino. Down in the Merlino family. We've been an active family for about 3.5 years now. Going on 4. Um, Not much really to say, you know. Uh, we made a big name for ourselves in the community that we was in, just by the content that we created. Yeah, my
No
internet
doubt.
fucking up.
Yeah,
Content
you
that we
guys.
created, ass that we kicked, but
You make really great stuff, and I've definitely seen you guys out there doing the work with against your enemies and that kind of thing. And boss, is there anything you'd like to say to get us rolling as well?
Yeah, I mean, you know, being a Merlino, like I've been a Merlino going on. This is my 4th year. I wasn't in any CS before this. So like I always say, my opinions are probably biased, but yeah, I truly believe, we're one of the best families out there. In a sense of like loyalty and like the way that I don't know, just the way like everybody in this room, like these guys around us, like it's not a single one that like I don't trust. It's like I know all these guys around me are for the better of Merlino. So um, that's like really uncommon in this community. It really is, and it's pretty sad nowadays. It really is sad because there's no real loyalty anymore. Like there's every guy in here hasn't like hopped families and been around. Like you get a lot of that from the community, and that's kind of why the state that it's in it is right now is because of that. People are just don't have the loyalties. They don't have that. So this is like a good crew if that's what you're looking for. But the thing is, it's the reason why we're so tight knit, and a lot of people talk shit about us because one say we're inactive or this that and the third. Like you know a lot of it's not true. Um, my guys are definitely some of the best guys in this community, and I truly believe that. But that's what I'll just say about the family. I worked my way up from associate to where I'm at now, and I put in my work through the times. So I've seen a lot in the time I've been in this community, and I'll say it again, I haven't seen anything as good as what we got. Our bond together at least.
Well, that's great. I know for any crew to hold it together, it's important that you have pride in what you do. So That clearly is shining through in your statements. One of the things that you said is CF community. For anybody who is not familiar with, the various kind of underworld communities that are in GTA, one of them is the crime family community. So as you look at the crew tags here for the players that are in the lobby with me, you see they all have the TMCF. So crime families, if you're familiar with, in particular, free aim lobbies, when you see crew tags that have that CF in it, generally that indicates that they are a crime family. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir. CF means crime family tags. I think that's the only tags we have, other than associates. But yeah, CF and about it. That indicates you're in the crime family.
That's great. And would you like to, Dawn? Would you like to introduce me to the men that you have here with us today?
All right, go around the room, starting from my left. Um, got my boy, who is this? Tommy. Tommy here, long time member.
Yeah,
Um, uh, 3 years now. 3 years part of the family.
yeah, I
One
think
of the,
so.
Been around.
right, been around for a long time, and that's gonna be a trend in this room. Like a lot of people, like you said, we don't got a lot of flip floppers. A lot of people been here for more than years at this point. Um,
We don't have any flip floppers for the
right,
contract, none. So
and yeah, Tommy's a made man, very
Very
respected.
good.
We got right here, we got my boy Zaz Merlino, the capo in the Merlino family. Um, going on about 2 years now.
Good to
Let's go
meet you,
back to this
Zaz.
other side.
Good to meet you,
Got
Tommy.
my boy Angelo right here, another longtime member.
big
He
Ange.
also made man in the family. Yep.
Thanks for coming out tonight,
Boy
Angelo.
Lynn
Appreciate
Dog,
you.
Lynn Dog, Big
No
Lenny.
problem.
Um, longtime member, going on 2.5 years. Worked his way up to capo. Achieved the ranks, put in the work, everything.
Very good. Nice to
Um,
meet you, Lenny.
right
Got some
here we
blood under
got
the thumbnails.
here we got my boy Avilo. He's one of the newest members, going on probably what 6 months, 6.5. Just recently got made. So yeah,
Congratulations. You were an associate the last time I saw you, back in March.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he
yeah.
was.
Yeah, thank you.
And over here, got Ilario Merlino. The community knows about my boy.
Yeah, they know about
Um,
my boy. They know about my boy. Yeah, yeah,
Ilario,
yeah.
another made man in the family. Been here putting in the work. Couple going on a year now, year and a half.
That's great. Now, like I said before, I come from the MC community where we follow, sort of most clubs follow kind of a traditional hierarchy where you have a president, a vice president, a sergeant at arms, a road captain, that kind of thing. Would you run down for the people who are watching that don't know anything about the crime family community, just run down what the particular ranks are and or positions, administration, that kind of thing. How does it work?
Well, I will say a lot of families differ. Like a lot of people got different rankings that they follow. Um, we tried to go by more of the traditional rankings, like real life, I guess you would say. Starting off from the bottom, we have associates. Associates would probably be equivalent to y'all. What is it? Hang around or prospect?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Basically trying to prove his way to the family, prove his loyalty, prove that he belong there. After that, you got a made man. Made man, you're officially a member of the family. You finally got your patch. You earn your keep. Yeah. What else is after that? After that, we have a wise guy. A wise guy is somebody who been there for a while. Um, put in the work for the family. A little bit more respected made man. You know what I mean? Uh, After that, we have our capo regimes. Our capos is basically a captain in the family. Um, they would get to operate their own little squad of guys. Get to operate their own little turf. You know, have their own regime name. Basically, get to do a little bit more and well respected. After capos, we have head capo, or some families have street boss. It's basically, it's in his name. It's head of all the capos, basically the head of all of that.
We use
After that, you
street
got
boss. We use street boss as our term, really, because I don't know, it makes makes more sense to be, you know, called street boss than head capo. But our street boss also like our street boss in particular is Ray Merlino. He's not here right now, but he's able to like if you see him in his role play, like he'll have different guys with him that are like associated with us, but they're not very like they're not really full members per se. You know, it's more like his bodyguard. Like he has his own kind of like bodyguard team for himself, basically. Uh, which I think is kind of cool, to be honest. I mean,
Probably consistent with some of the real life stuff too, right? The street bosses
right?
out there running
Out there on
things.
the street, yeah.
Yeah, but you're not taking a bunch of made guys. They need to be out earning the bag, not standing around on protection and grabbing friggin' cappuccinos and stuff, right? So you gotta keep them boys out there working.
But
Okay.
yeah, after that we got our consigliere. Um, you
He's
know,
off
just
on
like the
business right now.
right off on business. You know, usually somebody who a little bit smarter, somebody who can make that third decision if me and Nino ever disagree. You know what I mean? Um, uh,
We don't
who
really
else?
disagree that much.
Right, yeah, we don't disagree. Hold on, I gotta block this guy. He's going crazy in my inbox.
Oh yeah, yeah. That too. Crazy fans, you know.
Man,
You ain't gotta tell me. There's a reason I stay offline.
Right.
I'll tell you a quick story, not to go too far off track, but I had one kid, I was smacking him in the lobby one day, and he said he was gonna fry my account, and I was like, "You ain't gotta do nothing. Shut up." Everybody says that, right? And then all of a sudden, I see message, ding, 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 ding. Kids sent me 43,000 messages. Crashed my account. I couldn't open my inbox ever again. That was the end of it, literally. Like if I go on that account right now and open it up, it'll just continually flood with messages in the inbox. These kids are not playing out here,
That's fucked up.
That's crazy. Ain't no reason.
ain't no reason.
right?
It's not that serious, bro. It's not
No,
that
it's really
serious.
not. It's really not. So you said so. I think we talked about capital regime, or not, capital regime. With we talked about consigliere, and then street
Got your
boss, and then what?
the underboss. The underboss is
Underboss.
um,
Yeah.
boss named
That's
Merlino.
Nino.
He's basically the second head of the family.
Yeah.
Um, you know, whenever I'm not on or whenever I'm out doing my own little thing, you know, he's in charge. We're going
Very
from
good.
Central
And then the dawn.
in the Don, yeah.
That's great.
Founding and the Dawn.
So now, Dawn, did you create the crew? Did you create the
Yes,
family yourself personally?
Tell the story.
yes.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't always the original Don of the family, but I was one of the creators. I created the
Okay.
crew myself. Um, Me and another guy by the name of Don Sonny Merlino, who's no longer with us here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's a story in his own. Uh, but yeah, I was one of the founders of the Merlino
Very
family.
good. And now the Merlino is a name obviously that comes up in crime family lore in real life, and I would just let you know. Keep in mind with the search tags that we have on this video, there's a chance some guys from the family will actually see this video. So I think you
Yeah,
want to be
Man.
a little bit careful about the things we discuss, okay? But like allegedly, according to the government, you have guys like Skinny Joey Molino running the Philly mob right now, the Philadelphia Italian Mafia, still active, still up and running. Obviously, the Merlinos, go back in Philly. You hear about New York, you hear about New Jersey. That's where a lot of the glamour has come out of in terms of the Italian Mafia. But Philly is rocking and has been forever. It's one of the most, violent scenes in the entire mafia. In the real life U.S. mafia, there's been tremendous turmoil and violence. That kind of started just before Nicky Scarfo's era. And Chucky Merlino was underboss to Nicky Scarfo for a while. Um,
hmm
is that sort of the inspiration for the family, the Philly mob?
Yeah, it was definitely the inspiration. Like I said, the former Don, he was a Philly cat himself. So when we
Okay.
made this, it was a lot of inspiration from the Merlino family. Like we did a lot of background on them, like just how they was looked at in La Cosa
Yep.
Nostra. You know what I mean? Like we took inspiration from that and everything.
That's great. Yeah, I'm originally from the Boston area, so for us it would be the Patriarchas, or we called them the Angelos when I was a kid, because that's the family that was actually running it. The family name was Patriarcha, though, and they have basically like Rhode Island, Massachusetts, like that kind of.
Connecticut,
Yes, sir.
places like
Yep.
that. Yeah,
Yep.
the whole
Um.
Northeast. Yeah.
Yeah. So how much of the in a lot of various, I mean, I think it's safe to say that if you play as a crime family, some would view that as a form of role play within the game. Do you guys look at it as role playing?
Definitely, definitely. A lot of that had died out, with the state of GTA, but yeah, we definitely see it as role playing. eh, in fact, when we was first started, that was one of our main goals. We get a lot of slack for that now. We wanted to try something different with the, quote unquote role play. Um, just to be more realistic in a way. You know what I mean? Like we seen families doing it, but we just wanted to be add a little bit more realism to it. So, from the names to the way we dress to everything, like chose to be more role play oriented and shit like that.
That's great. And do you think that helps to keep you guys together? Like, do you think it helps to
Yeah.
bond you as a family so you really feel like you're part of something?
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that. I think everybody here just enjoys the content of it. You know what I mean? Like it's something different on GTA other than just fighting tryhards all day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it plays a big part in keeping the family alive too. Like, yeah.
no doubt about it. Got a question for Tommy. Tommy, what you said you've been in the crew for 3 years now, part of the family for 3 years. What attracted you to the crime family community in general? What made you want to join a mafia family within GTA?
Uh, okay. I really don't really know that question to be exact,
Make
but
something up.
I was
I'm playing.
tired of the sweaty tryhards and everything else. I needed a new breath of fresh air, So I came
Yep.
here, and 3 years, 3.5 years later, almost, and I'm still here. So good
What
group of
keeps you
guys.
here? 3.5 years is a long time to be in a crew. What is it that makes you continue to put on the suit and fedora day in day out for so long?
Uh, Truthfully, that's a question. That's a good question because it's different for every single guy here. For me personally, it's these group of guys that we got here. I know them all pretty well. They're all good men, good shooters, good friends in general. We've gone through a lot of tough times, and we still made it through. So
Right. I would definitely say it's like it's a family equal to it's a crew. At the end of the day, like we see each other as more as a family than a crew. To be honest, a good friend group.
yeah,
To be honest, and even if it's not GTA related, like we still play different games with each other and everything else like that. And it's been like that for a while. So that's what kept. I
No
know that's
doubt.
what kept a lot of dudes here.
No
You know.
doubt. No doubt. Avilio, what is it that attracted you to the crime family community and to this family in particular?
Well, honestly, my first family was Bianchi in 2016.
Okay.
Af- After that, I went to the MC community for a while.
Were you on In the
And
Cut?
yeah, yeah, I was.
No, that's crazy.
Actually, no, not in the cut at the time,
Oh,
because
okay.
at the
Okay.
time I was already in the MC side.
Okay.
But I feel like what attracted me here and what attracted me to this crew was the fact that this crew was unique, unlike any other CF out there that I've been a part of. And I can definitely say that being in different crews, I can see which crew has loyalty, has structure. I can see this It's people I've been here for a while. Usually I don't last very long, but I feel like this is my longest crew that I've been part of. So I feel like I'm gonna stay here for a while. Like I'm not going anywhere.
That's great. That's
And
great.
I just feel like it's just different. It's a lot different. The people here are way different. Everybody's mature. We don't have anybody goofing off, being immature. So I can definitely say that this is the best group that I've been a part of.
That's great. I appreciate you sharing that. Tell me again, who was one of the capos in here?
Zaz over here to your right.
All the way behind me. Saz, tell me about what it means for you to be a capo in the family. What are your responsibilities? What kind of things do you do to try to contribute to the family as a capo?
But as a capital role, I got my own regime. It's called the Richezza regime, which is like the wealthy, rich and Italian. And my role is basically, just have my little group of soldiers. And, mostly I try to just protect the Don and the boss as much as possible. Um, Also, their ear, the type of advisor type. Give them feedback on what's going on out here in the streets. Simple stuff like that.
That's great. And how long have you been with the family?
Shit, I've been here. I started in March of last year. I've been a capo for probably about, probably say 7 months, 6, 7 months, maybe longer.
You think this is the last crew you'll be in?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. So I came from the MC community too, and that shit got kind of tiring. Fighting every day. You already know how it is. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Also, crews, disbanding. MC, you know how that shit is.
Yep.
And my boy Lenny introduced me to this boy Tony and Nino. I got down ever since.
That's great. That's great. Let's see here. Avilio. No, Ilario. Tell me about sort of the good and bad of the crime family community on GTA. What do you like about it?
Um, Shit, you know, I like the content. You feel me? I really can't talk too much about what I like, but what I don't like the weirdos. I don't like the people that spam ghosts, BST, the AA boys. I'm tired of everybody lying on us. Y'all know who
Yo,
up on the scope.
yo,
Everybody in that live
Merlin.
stream right now, y'all know who up on the scope. Nobody gotta win. That's
Ah,
facts.
where y'all gonna get a dub?
He's going in
Show
on
me, show me, or Merlino lost.
him.
Show me the video, man. I'll show you a screenshot that triples what you got. Come on now.
Facts.
The fuck? Shit.
So here's the thing. I personally, I play free aim. I'm out in free mode. Whenever I play, that's all I do. I only play public sessions. I basically just ride around out there and see what's going on. Wait for somebody to shoot at me. So I get shot at a lot by crime families, and I can say there is definitely um, a difference in the community. Yeah, there's a little something different going on. And I think, quite frankly, it's the same thing in the MC community. I kind of saw it coming for years and years, and it's to the point now. Like in the old days, when I would join a lobby and I would see a bunch of MCs in the lobby, I'd be like, sweet, this is gonna be a fun lobby. People are gonna be playing clean. It's gonna be legit. It was like it was exciting. Like, okay, this is gonna be a good, fun, old school lobby. And now when I join a lobby and I see a bunch of MCs, I'm like, oh great, there's gonna be a bunch of guys teleporting all over the place, with magic bullets, two shotting me from 6 blocks away, like
Doing
all
it
of that kind of
randomly.
stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. So and like I'm gonna ask the question of you guys, but I already know the answer. But like, what do you think, has changed over the past couple of years in the crime family community?
Yeesh.
Man. Oh, that is a
Everything.
great question because it's been an up and down spiral, you know? At first,
Definitely.
when I came in the community back in 2000, what, 18, I came in and everybody was using Ghost and BST and all this crazy shit. And then like fast forward, maybe I think it was what like a year
Yeah,
later.
year and a half, probably 20,
The
beginning of 2019.
Right, a bunch of families came together, various names. I can't tell you a lot of the other names. I kind of forget them. There was a bunch of families, over 10. I'll just say that. And we all kind of came together and created the verified community, which had its good and its bad, but we felt like that created like an establishment of rules that people were kind of like those rules still kind of apply to today. Like if you look into the people doing wax still and all this, like there's an underlying rule like no ghost and all that. It's like that's a respectable whack. Everybody knows that. It's like now ghost when you use ghost, it makes you look corny when you're going for a whack because we know that you're no good without it. Like you need to be off radar for over 5 minutes just to get a kill. Like come on now, bro. That's ridiculous. So you know, it is still there, but it's not at the same time because that community failed. Because I will say there was some sort of biasness into it where people would band together. It wasn't one family or one person, it was groups banding together, and then, it became biased, and then everything, kind of fell apart. But um, through it all, we're back in a weird stage right now. It's very weird.
Right, it's like the Wild Wild West at some points, but
Right.
still got
That's
your.
it. That sounds like what
Still
happened in
got your
Philly
common courtesy.
after the after the boss got whacked. Yeah, it kind of went into a period of turmoil, and the consigliere went up to New York, and he got whacked, and like they had nobody on the street running things, and it just turned into a bloodbath. And it sounds like the mafia community might be going through a little bit of that right now. Um, I can tell you though, for anybody who's not familiar with the mafia family, the commission was mentioned. This is something that is very unique to the mafia community. There's not a lot of other communities that have been able to establish a commission wherein I would say, while there's a lot of people that kind of, operate in the gray areas and that kind of thing, there really does seem to be sort of a desire within the community to, at least to, one degree or another, uphold rules that have been around for many years and that have evolved with GTA over the years. I've often talked about how, I remember fighting crime families on PS3. When I was in an MC, we frequently fought with crime families. And we also had crime families that we were friends with as an MC. And the thing we liked about them is that they adhered to a certain set of combat standards. So, like back in the old days on PS3, they would run ARs, the Tommy gun, the OG sniper, like just the light sniper rifle, and then pistols and melee comp, and shotties, but not auto shotties. So you knew like if you were fighting with a crime family, you were going to get a relatively clean fight. And it feels like that has kind of carried forward, at least to a degree, all the way to 2021. And I think that that's a relatively rare thing within any kind of gaming community. The fact that you guys have been able to have this commission with established rules, where there's at least some degree of accountability from the community. I think it would be great if the MC community or something like that could have something similar. It's unfortunate that none of those have worked over the years. But I just think that's really dope that even exists. Boss Nino Merlino, would you mind telling us more about what the commission is, where it came from, what some of the community rules look like in general for crime families on GTA? Sort of at least what they're supposed to be, if not what everybody sticks to 24/7.
Well, I will say this. I will say this one thing. Like the, I wouldn't say like what we had before with the verified community. Like that was a community. I want to put an emphasis on that. Like that wasn't a commission. It wasn't at the center of it. It wasn't a commission. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, inside of it, families created commissions. But like the thing about it was like a commission is like I'll explain the difference between a commission and a community. So a
Okay.
commission is, say, 4 families or 5 families come together. Like we'll say 5 families, like how it was in real life. 5 families come together. All 5 of those families agree to a term that they're not gonna. There's a ceasefire. It's like an underlying ceasefire. When you're in a commission with somebody, you're not supposed to fight with them. And if anything happens, you're supposed to bring it to the table, and everybody in the commission decides what should happen. Now, the difference between that and what we had was a community. So there wasn't an underlying ceasefire. So if
Mm.
I had a problem with another family, like we did multiple times, we could go at them, and we could do that with some of our friends who maybe were in our commission. Maybe we weren't in a commission though. So,
I got you, but you could have a commission
but
within a community.
right,
You
you
can't
can't
have a
have a
community within a
you can't have
commission.
a
I got you. I got you.
exactly.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly. So, but with the commission is like I said, knowing that whenever you go into a commission for all the families out there, if you're a small family, a big family, whatever, just know that you're signing on to be that person's ally. And also, with being a commission, you can be called on to help them. So if you're in a fight with somebody, per se, and they call the person they're fighting calls their backup in, their commission in. You can call your commission in too. Now, if your commission members don't come to your aid, or you don't go to that commission member's aid, you can get like taken off of the commission, which means you could get killed, or they could take you off just generally. Like if they don't see you as like a necessary, risk to take trying to kill you, they could just take you off of the commission, and then you wouldn't be associated. But we've never really been in commissions, Merlino. We've always kind of stood on our own because, like, we don't believe in that shit. Because when we came up, nobody really gave us a hand. Nobody wanted to be in a commission with us. So, like, when we reached our peak, like, that was not on our mind at all to be in a set commission. Yeah, we had allies and we had people that we would help, like Ardolino, who is a good friend of the family and should be mentioned. Um, he's also the family that blessed us. So, and what that means is that blessing was passed down from commissions before. So, commissions way back in like GTA 4 with Traficante and other families. I forget the names of them, but there were other families back then, and that was basically passed down to Ardolino, the blessing from their commission, and he passed it down to us. And so yeah, we hold a blessing from the past. It's basically just a little badge. I mean, it's not saying it doesn't mean end all be all, but it is nice to say like our roots do track back to somebody like Traficante, who was an
The
original in this
originals and shit
community.
like
Yeah,
that.
the
Yep.
original. Like, so I mean, everybody who says Merlino this, that's why we laugh at all the shit that people say about us. Like, I genuinely want people to know. Like, we sit here and we laugh about it in parties. We laugh at y'all. Like, it's hilarious because
For
you look
hours.
you these people look so dumb. Like, our shit is so valid, bro. I could show you so much. Like, we've been around for maybe a short time to some people, but I mean, we've been around a lot longer than most, and we've done a lot more than people who have been around for a lot longer. So, our
Hell of a
resume
lot
does
more
speak
work.
for itself.
We,
I
we
mean,
put
Yep.
in a hell of a lot more work.
and that's why we also don't mess with commissions because then we got to worry about what they're doing because now if we're in a commission with you, now we got to worry about if you get exposed because that looks bad on us. If you get exposed and we're associating ourselves with you, yeah, it looks bad on us. So we just stick to ourselves. We got respect for people out there, don't get me wrong. It's not every family that we say fuck you. You know what I'm saying? We fuck with a couple of you out there, you know who you are, but you know, it's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think
And,
it's a
and
leadership thing, you know what I mean, in the community. Like a lot of these families don't have good leadership to
Yeah. Leadership and maturity.
church. Right.
It's a lot of kids running around at this point in GTA.
yeah, that's a fact. What are some of the things that you guys do to ensure that you uphold the standards that you think are important within your family and within the community? Do you have, sort of a disciplinary process, some means to evaluate the character or actions of fellow members, that kind of thing?
I just feel like we all. I just feel like every last one of us know about the real life crime family scene. You know what I mean? Mafia type shit. So we all, you know what I mean? We all play the games that way.
Gotcha.
To us.
So it doesn't it kind of self-correcting in a lot of ways, would you say?
Basically, we hold each other like we hold each other accountable for our own actions. That's basically how we rock out with each other.
Yeah.
We all got a certain experience, like my boys ass said. We all got a certain knowledge of the role we have, and we try to uphold it in all manners. Really no dissing player, because most of us are more mature. We don't really have to worry about things like that.
Yeah.
And that's what we look for if we're ever recruiting and opening up our books to anyone. That's basically what we look for.
And we all have honor. Like every last one of us have honor wearing this Merlino name.
Like, bro, I love it. Like this here is life, baby. When I first found this family, I knew I was home.
That's a beautiful feeling.
Like when you coming into the family, you know about the do's and the don'ts, and that's something that we go over a lot with you first coming in, like the rules and stuff like that. So it's not a lot of mess ups on the parts of most
And
of the
there will
guys.
be people like us, like the capos, that will correct anything if our don or our boss is not present. We'll correct anything we see fit.
That makes a lot of sense. And now let me ask you this: in terms of the various clothing that I see you guys wearing, do the various outfits have any particular significance, or is it pretty well like as long as you stay within traditional, La Cosa Nostra style, so to speak, kind of what we associate, that look with, is just anything goes, or do the various things like having a fedora versus a scully versus a suit and tie, you know what I mean? Like, are there different things that we could infer based on what people are wearing?
Um, I will say certain things are off limits due to ranks, but really it's really personal preference. Um, as
You
an
got your own
associate,
style. We don't want to, bombard you with any type of ruling against it.
right?
Yep.
Keep it realistic. That's all. Um,
Yep.
Regular streetwear if you're not in a suit, or if you're in a suit, at least match. You know,
Right.
anything but double breasted. Double breasted for the more higher ranking guys. That's about it.
Gotcha.
Anything else is personal preference.
Yep. So now, do each of your characters have some level of lore behind them? Like, do you come up with origin stories for them and that sort of thing?
Of course.
Yeah, most of
That's
us
how
do.
creative. Yeah, we that was one of our creative intentions. And when it comes to this, we when we first start as an associate, you make a name for yourself. You come up with your own backstory, and you go from there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Get you more in tune with your character too. Make you wanna, it's more interesting. Like I said, the role play in it plays a big part.
Yeah, no doubt. So, Furio, you just joined a little while ago after we got started. Tell us a little bit about yourself in the family, and if you would, tell us a little bit about your origin story.
Alright, well, my character is pretty much based off of me. Like, I'm the youngest one in this crew, so like, I made my character look a little bit younger than like some of the OGs, like Tony and or like Zaz. And then basically, like my guy's from New York. Like, he moved from New York to Los Santos to meet with like interact with new people, and he met the Merlinos, like Ilario and Zaz, when he was up here. And from there, he started like talking, and they found like an interest kinda. And then from there, like I started hanging around the guys and like associating with everybody.
That's great. Does he yell "yer" every time he jumps into a party?
Definitely.
So,
Really does. Definitely does.
You can bring him all the way to Los Santos, but you can't take the New York out of him.
that's the young bull, man. The young
Yeah,
bull.
man. That's the young
Young
bull, man.
bull,
That's the young
man.
type, man.
That's
Crime family
funny.
community know about
He's
that
the
one too.
bull, man. He
Yeah,
came in
crime family
smooth.
community
He
know
stayed
about him
smooth.
too. Yeah. A lot of y'all
That's
getting beat
great.
up on my young bulls out here.
Angelo, tell me a little bit about your backstory.
All right. I am an ex Navy SEAL that was kicked out for doing some illegal things.
Okay. Okay. And do you have like based on your like so if they need to do like a car bombing or something like that because you've had demolitions training, are you the man they send in for that sort of thing? Or can you say? I don't want to get you indicted or anything.
I mean, sometimes, but if not me, it's the young guys or either somebody they'll prefer to send instead of me. But yeah,
I got you. I got you.
I usually keep Ange like with me. He's my personal driver when we go out to like Liberty City and like on PC. You know, I usually roll with Ange. So he's like
Okay.
kind of he's already got like his role. You know, in a sense, we don't just want to send him off bombing cars and shit. You know, but
I got you.
if it comes to
And
that, you know, he knows he's gonna do it. But obviously, you know.
now I know you guys are also very into sort of the creative aspect. Who's the creative guy in the family? I've seen some of the videos you guys have
We
done. It's
all
pretty
are.
dope. All ears get down with that.
Most of it, yeah, most
We
of
all
us.
put all our ideas together, man, and we make something out of one. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
My boy Ray put the flicks together on the PC. He's
Okay.
he's the runner of that stuff over there. He's
Shouts
not
to
here
Ray.
right now.
Sorry you couldn't make it tonight. Yeah, very thoughtful. And I hope you're enjoying the interview today with the Merlinos. I can tell you guys, I'm really loving it. This is great for me to, just learn more about your family and what you guys do day in and day out. What are some of the things that you would like people to know about your family? Obviously, there's a lot of people who are interested in the crime family community within GTA Online. There's a number of different families that are out there. What do you think sets Merlino apart and would make somebody want to potentially become a part of this family in the future?
Our loyalty and our standards, baby. We here,
Our
Merlino
standards,
forever, baby.
our history. You know, what I mean, we one of the families that got a deep history in the community. Our leadership, our structure, our style. You know, what I mean, it's not a lot of people like us out there. Everybody got their own style. You know what I mean? You know what I
And we
think
don't
my
hate
style
on
is?
nobody's family. We're not talking down on anyone. Just understand we are different.
Definitely,
Yeah,
content, our activity. As much as people want to say we inactive, we on mostly every day. Everybody got their things that they do, jobs, school, work. But you know,
Yeah, I
but
think it's funny when people say that. I have people tell me all the time that I'm inactive. I have people say to me, "Why are you hiding in private lobbies? Why are you?" And like, I laugh because personally, like, I only play public lobbies. Like anybody who actually knows me, like actually knows me. If they invite me to a private session for any reason, I'm like, what the like why would you invite me to this? What am I gonna do? Like I don't understand. So like for me personally though, like I know I wouldn't say I'm like super active. I play a few times a week for an hour or something like that each time, but like but I have people all the time say that I just spend all my time hiding in private lobbies, and I'm literally never in private lobbies. Like anybody who knows me knows I only play publics. I hate being in privates, but yet people just say what they say. I think the other thing to keep in mind is that, especially for kids who love drama, like
mm,
they view activity as if you're not doing private free mode wars, if you're not doing crew battles, and you're not lobby banging 24/7, 14 hours a day, continuous fights, that you're not quote unquote active, without realizing that for a lot of crews, activity isn't just being in wars with other crews in GTA for 14 hours a day. Activity could be playing DayZ, like you said, making a video together, working on your creative concepts, that kind of thing. There's a lot of different things that crews do to remain active and stay together. And, it certainly shines through in this particular family. The fact that you guys are able to all get on and and speak very well about your family. Everybody's telling the same story. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we got some random dude over in the corner who doesn't really know what's going on or what to say. Like you guys are definitely like all on the same page and that kind of thing. So I would say that you certainly seem like a tight knit family to me, and you wouldn't be here all this time later if that wasn't the case. So yeah, I don't think it's you know worthwhile to spend a lot of time addressing haters who just they come up with whatever story they want to have to try to paint you with. So I'm glad that you guys had a chance to speak on that tonight and kind of show a little bit more about who you are and how you operate out here. What are some of the most fun things that you guys do as a crew in the game? What are the things that you like to do the most? You like running
I love
TDMs? You like doing races? You like doing role play lobbies? Like, what's one of the most common activities that you guys enjoy doing?
TDM.
the the TDMs and the content, baby. That's really about it. We
Yeah,
like to get active.
no doubt, no doubt.
We used to make money a little bit before, but now, I'm saying we just do
Yeah, we
TDMs.
used to do the little hustles, That was when everybody was low ranks, you know what I'm saying? That was different then.
Yeah,
Everybody was trying to come
Nah,
up
that shit
differently.
did.
Yeah, we get active now.
yeah. Lenny, what's your favorite thing to do in particular? What do you like to do most? You a TDM guy?
Yeah, I'm mostly a TDM head, man, but I love content more because it's more creative. I like to put my mind on certain things.
For sure, for sure.
Make the family look a little stronger, make our structure, what I'm saying, a little bit more than anything.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, we're I guess somebody's out here booting people to
Yeah,
They
our
boom
Don,
stuff.
our Don is getting his internet played with right now.
That is so goofy. I would say this for you guys here in the lobby and for anybody who's watching, just in case you don't know, I can't tell you how many crews I've encountered over the years that deal with getting booted all the time. And like people will just hit them off over and over and over. For anybody that's happening to, you don't have to put up with that. All you got to do is unplug your modem for a half hour. So where your internet comes into your house or whatever, all you got to do is unplug that device for a half hour, and the internet service provider will issue you a new IP address. So if you think about it like this, when you move from one location to another location, your IP address doesn't go with you. They issue a new IP address when your modem comes online. So basically, when you unplug your modem for a half hour, your internet service provider basically thinks that like you've moved, like that modem is no longer active. Boom, they take your IP address, they put it back in the system so that somebody else can draw it later, just like a phone number or something like that. If you give up your phone number, and they issue you a new IP address. So all you have to do if you're getting booted a lot is go ahead and unplug your modem for a half hour. You'll get issued a new ISP, or excuse me, a new IP from your ISP. And then your opponents, your opposition, your enemies, they gotta re-sniff you. You gotta get into a lobby or into a party chat with them sometime in the future, and they have to re-sniff your IP address. So if you're in a lobby with enemies that you know are booters or their associates that are booters, like it's a good practice to just go unplug your modem for a half hour and reset it, and then you don't have to worry about getting booted later on. That's something that I do. Like if I'm in a lobby and I know I'm in a lobby with sketchy people, I will just go reset my modem after I'm done playing and get a new IP address, and I don't have to worry about them booting me later on when I'm trying to do something. So just keep that in mind in case you guys aren't aware of it.
Yeah, I had no idea you could even do that.
Yeah, man, get a brand new IP address. So like all these
I
kids
mean,
flexing, I got your IP, I got your IP. Cool, keep it. I'm gonna get a new one.
I heard that if you have the money, you could also buy a VPN to stay protected from that.
Yeah, that's definitely a good option. There are some people who can get around that, but like I would say 99.99% can't. So for most of the kids who are just using, free stresses or just bootleg stresses, like it's going to be difficult for them to get through a VPN. So like I personally run two VPNs. If I know I'm going to be around sketchy people, I run two VPNs. I have one that I run off my laptop and one that I run off of my Wi-Fi that services my whole house. So I have two layers of protection, and that definitely helps. I never get booted. Never get booted if I'm running that. Sometimes I'm lazy. I don't put it on, whatever, and I end up getting smoked. So it always reminds me to go do it again. But it's become such a problem with these peer-to-peer servers on GTA. I really wish Rockstar and Sony, and it's the same thing on Xbox, Microsoft would get together and actually do something about it because it is a security risk, if not just a hassle. Nobody should know where you live or anything like that just based on playing a video game with them. That's my personal feeling. So there's a lot more they could be doing in that regard.
Yeah, people take the game a little too far, you know. People definitely do that. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just it's whatever to me. I mean, some kids like it just shows me like you said, like with all the 15 hours and all this stuff. Like, yeah, I did that before. Like we fought for 15 hours before all that, but like that was when I was like a kid, bro. I'm like older now. I got shit I have to do in my day, so I mean it's just like that's why with all that like people were saying inactive and with now with this booty stuff, it just proves to me that a lot of these people don't have like real lives to tend to. Like they're just like
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing, but my message would be like, yeah, get out there and do something with your life, man.
Yeah, for
Sitting here
sure.
worried about you're sitting here worried about people thousands of miles away from you on a video game. Like pretty sad if you ask me. Uh, Pretty fucking
Yeah, I
sad.
would just. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say I know we good enough. Y'all can come out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta hide us no more. You know what
Yeah, I would just say, to those kids, like they're ruining the community. They're ruining what could be fun. I remember back on the old consoles where we did have, at least in the MC community, like an actual community. Like there was a handful of clubs, everybody knew each other, and we all kind of like took pride in the fact that we played clean. There's a reason that there was even something called a 1% community. It was like that 1% of guys that played clean, played legit, that kind of thing. And we were able to create something special that other people wanted to participate in. And it's the exact same thing in the crime family. The community has created something special that people want to be a part of. Well, if you're just, if you like are taking the time to be in a crime family, to participate in the community, and then you're doing things like booting people, doxing people, running foreign VPNs, all that kind of thing. Like all you're doing is, ruining the community that you wanted to join, that you enjoyed so much, that you thought was so cool, that you wanted to go and sign up and be part of it. And all you're doing is ruining it. And, unfortunately, like, what are you going to do next? You're going to just go be a tryhard, just blow yourself up 24/7? Like, you take these communities and you just destroy them like that. Like, what's the purpose? And, like, if you enjoyed it to begin with, why would you ruin it? Because there's nowhere to go after that. You just go from community to community, tearing them down until there aren't any left. And you see most of the, crews now, moving to private servers on PC and that kind of thing. And I really feel like on console, a lot of the old school communities are just kind of dying out because of all the cancerous behavior. People just want to have chill sessions and really enjoy each other's company. And even if you're doing combat, cool, but you just want it to be, clean and fair and, may the best man win kind of situation. And we just don't have that anymore on console, and it's really unfortunate. I hate to see so many people going to PC, but I completely understand it. I completely understand it. So you guys are active on PC as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. We got things going on over on that side of things. I won't say like it's not like that's not like taking the family. Like we're still a PlayStation 4 family, I would say. But
Yep.
we do have PC, servers we play on. I have a couple guys that get on sometimes, and we have a little fun on there. But to be honest, like it's yeah, it's great over there. It is nice over there. The role play, it's all great. But it is definitely a shame that PlayStation is how it is now because this was good. This community was good at one point. At one point it was good. These communities, I remember the MC community. I was in that before I joined Merlino, but that was pretty good. But
Yeah, for sure.
it's just how the communities played out. That's why a lot of people are going to PC. I feel like it's just how they played out. They just got too many little kids. I feel like too many little kids. Um, Too many people that want to, boot and have this ego to fill, and that feel like they're filling their ego when they hold you offline or, all that. You see a lot of blackmail now. I saw things a couple months ago with this girl getting blackmailed in the MC community. So, I mean, you know, it's pretty messed up the GTA that we have now with the people who play, and it's a damn shame that this game attracted those type of people, but it was bound to happen someday. I mean, it's like
Y-
it's like yeah, it's ironic. It's just shame. That's what it is.
Yeah, I look at it like Rockstar has sold 140 million copies of this game or something like that. If you take 140 million people, any 140 million people on the planet, you're gonna have everything in that, right? You're literally gonna have school shooters, child murderers, like literally like any kind of like dirtbag you could possibly imagine is going to be in that 140 million people. You know what I mean? So I don't think any of us should be surprised that we encounter, the kind of weirdos that would be blackmailing people with their personal information or booting people offline. Like, unfortunately, just as the game has grown over the years, you're going to have more and more people coming in that are like that. Um, and yeah, so I think, but again, I think the good thing about a family like yours is you guys have all kinds of activities that you can perform that don't require you to be in a public session with sweaty kids, and that's really where the only place they can touch you.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not worried about anybody else though. Like it's not like when I get on, I'm not worried about like I'm not worried about anybody, bro. The game.
Yeah, for
At the
sure.
end of the day, it's like I feel like a lot of people like that's what they like look for is like, oh, we want to be the scariest out here. It's like at the end of the day, bro, it's a game. Like I'm gonna get off of it. I'm gonna go and live my daily life. Like that's just so I take it. We take it serious, like, but we don't take it like too serious. Like
For sure.
obviously how we carry ourselves, we take that serious. We're not gonna have people out here doing weird stuff, like, but definitely not gonna take it too serious to be like worried about anything. So that's why like we play different games too, because it's like we don't feel like we have to be like on this game 24/7 to prove something. Like there's nothing really left for us to prove. Like we feel like we proved everything, and that's just like we're happy with that. We're good with that. So that's why like we just kind of stick to ourselves too. It's just like what the fuck? What do I got? What do I get from? What do I gain from? You know, for say fighting some fucking random who wants to fight us. Excuse my language, but like that's just an example. Like I don't gain anything from that, so I'm not gonna do it. It's just like real life. If I don't gain anything from it, we won't associate. And it's I don't want to put it like that. Like it's not even like money or anything, but it's like just like you know what I mean by gaining something. Like being around certain people gives you like you get to conversate, you get to find new ideas and like just like little things like you just have to surround yourself with the right type of people and that's why there's not a lot of that. So
No question. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Well, let me ask you this, Nino. What should somebody do if they have an interest in joining the Merlino crime family? How do they go about that?
to be honest, like it's that's really difficult for people because we have a really tight like recruitment. It's like if you're not a friend of literally if you're not a friend of somebody in this family, like you're not gonna get in this family. I hate to put it like that, but it's like you have to be vouched for by my guys to get in here. And if they don't know you or if you're just a random, they're not gonna vouch for you. Like messaging on Instagram, we don't do that. We don't have a website for you to go sign up. Like we don't have none of that. Like don't bother because it's not worth it. Like we're probably not gonna reply to you. I got a lot of people in my request, and it's like a lot
Got
of
a
them,
lot of people.
a lot of them, a lot of them. It's sad because a lot of them do want to. Some of them probably do want to be here genuinely, but it's also like we don't, like I said before, we don't want like dirty laundry, like
Yep.
you're getting thrown around the communities. Then we find out your rap sheet and you've been around 10,000 ops. Like no, we're not doing that. Like we're not at all. Like there's no chance for you. So and if somebody like it's sad because then somebody who maybe is clean and they don't have anybody that they've been around they still can't get in because it's just how it is. It's just how it is, man. If you don't know one of my guys, I can't help you. I can't. It's just like that. I mean, I don't see a need to because I don't feel like I need to have 10,000 people. I feel like I don't really care, to be honest, because at the end of the day, I'll always be a Merlino, and that's all that matters to me. That's all that should matter to anybody else out there in the community. If you're loyal to something, if this is your first family and you've been in there, I don't care what it is. You could be a op, you could be whatever. I respect you more if you stay in that family through the thick and thin, because that means that you were loyal. You're loyal. That's it. So I would respect that in somebody. But
No doubt about it. Very well said. Very well
and
said.
there's exceptions. Well, not exceptions, but there's like a Velio. But he knows people that were in this family that said, okay, like this guy is, you know, he's good. We should give him a go. And so
Sorry if I butt in,
he
but
did.
I'm a really good example if you want to tell it.
What about what Corvus?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you were kind of. I would say like there's certain people like Corvus. He's like a friend of mine from like way back in the day. Like we were in a crew called Saints Creed way back in the day together, and that was like another long-standing crew. I was in that crew for I think like 3 or 4 years as well. Um, and I came over here and then he came, but Tom was his friend, and so I kind of that's the same thing though. That's my friend had a friend who we brought in. That's how it works. You see? So it's like, but if my friend brings somebody off of the street, it's not gonna work. It can't work. I can't do anything with you. I don't know you. There's
Right,
nothing
right.
there's nothing that tells me that you're tied to me. You're not loyal to me. You're not loyal to one of my people. You're loyal to you. I need you to be loyal to my people, my Cosa Nostra, my family. Like that's how that plays, and that's role play and real life. Like that's how it is. That's how I feel. But
Yeah, it's like me and
Lenny, you want to
Zaz,
put a
man.
yeah, put a punctuation on that.
Yeah, it's like me and Zaz, man. Me and Zaz came up in the MC community together. You know what I'm saying? I ended up leaving the MC community, and I was brought in off of the account of Sonny, our old Don. May he rest
right,
in peace.
may he rest in peace.
And as I worked my way up in the ranks, my boy was telling me he was ready to, you know what I'm saying, put on his suit and tie thing, man. And I knew he was a loyal man. I vouched for him. At this time, I had just made Capo. You know what I'm saying? And now my boy is Capo. You know what I'm saying? All love over there. You know.
Perfect example too. Yeah,
That's where the loyalty stuck with, man. That's how we rock, man. It's just loyal all the way around, man.
That's
Loyalty over
beautiful.
everything. That's how we move.
yeah, and at the end of the day too. Yeah, I do want to say, yeah, rest in peace to all the people that like didn't make it in Merlino because,
Yeah, rest in
people that
peace,
don't make it
Corvus.
here,
You know.
right? People that don't make it here, like this is another reason. Well, I don't even want to say it, but you know, people that don't make it here, like let's just say this: you don't just get to leave, bro. Like you don't just get to
Oh
leave.
yeah, nah. You
It's
enter
sad,
this
but
family on your
right.
feet. You leave this family on a
And we
slab.
mean that. Like that's why when I look at somebody, I don't want to just have people come in here and then 2 months later I gotta do what I gotta do, or I gotta have this guy hit up and then he's like it just it's not I don't want to have to do that. So that's another reason why it's tight recruitment and all that. We don't like to have that play out. It
For
looks
sure,
ugly.
for
Yeah, man.
sure.
We hate having to kill family members, man.
It's
That's
very
not what's
ugly.
up,
Yeah,
man. Like
it's
rest in
very
peace,
ugly.
John, man.
Very ugly. But
Yeah, it's never good, especially when you get close to people and that kind of thing. The reality is though, life happens. You have a new baby, you have a new job, you move, situations come up. Like it's a
Oh well,
very difficult thing to have people
that's
in a
different. That's
yeah
different. Obviously, like, we got guys, like I said, we got guys, we say vacation, they got things they're
yeah
doing. We're not gonna, as long as, we don't find you snooping around in any other family or something like that.
yeah
But now, then that's fine. We just say, okay, boom. Put him on the shelf, like they would say. We put him on the
yep.
shelf. So that's all right. But if you're, yeah, if you're doing
I'm
stuff
down
that you
for a
shouldn't
shot, my
be,
boy.
yeah,
Don't pull
obviously,
me up, man.
And how do you get promoted within the ranks within the family? Are there specific things that you have to accomplish? Is it amount of time, or how does that work?
it's a mix. It's like it's a real
Salute.
mix. Like I'll say like I'll explain like how I kind of raised to what I got to today. So when I came in as an associate, we're a relatively new family. I came in, I put in work, and then that would say proving your bones or whatever. Trying to earn your button. So I got my button one day. Because I put in a good amount of work, little stuff. TDMs that we had won at first against minor families. And then, as we grew and stuff, I raised ranks through fighting other families and things like that, achieving wax and other stuff. It got to a point where it was time for I will say a new leadership. That's how Don Sonny, rest in peace to him. That's how he was taken off of the Don seat. Me and Tony, we not just me and Tony, the whole crew. We felt like it was a situation similar to like John Gotti and Paul Castellano. The whole crew was behind Tony, and then you had this guy over there just pointing fingers and wasn't really doing anything. So we felt like it was time for him to go. We made that happen. That's how I wait. That's how I raised my rank to boss. So it was. It's all situational in a sense. Like my guys, a lot of them got their ranks from previous wars that we've had, like small encounters with other families that we've done. Like you know, through the time. It's just through time. It just happens. Some people like Tom. Like Tom, go ahead. Tell him how long you stayed an associate for. Is he still there, or did he get booted?
Oh no, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, what were we saying? I was
Okay. Tell him how long it took you to become a made man, get your button. Tell him how long.
it took me oof, quite some time because me, at the time I was doing a lot of other things. I was not most active. It took me probably what close to a year, I think,
Yeah,
before.
close to it, yeah.
I mean, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe I'm the third longest person in this family that's been here from the beginning. But
Yeah, he
just
is.
because I was, that early doesn't mean I was promoted high into the ranks because, some people put more work in than others. Me, I put my work in more recently because things slowed down. But other than that, yeah.
Very good. What are the weapon standards within the crime family community and within your family?
Within my family, within the Merlinos, definitely 1%. Well, with snipers, I would say because 1% is no snipers, but with snipers, of course, only the 50 cal. Um, but with the community though, like I couldn't say. I mean, I really couldn't. People are
Yeah,
out here doing all types of stuff, man. It's really sad. So I can't really say
yeah,
there's not really like there's not really like a standard rule set in the community right now either. It's like I said, it's common courtesy with certain things. Like if we're fighting, it's common courtesy you use the AR. Like there's no rules right now that say you couldn't use whatever, but it still doesn't mean that you can't get exposed. Don't get me wrong on that, but there's no
yeah,
rules against it. Like it's and like I said, it's all common courtesy nowadays. It's just like how it was when I first joined. It was just worse back then actually because there was no common courtesy. The common courtesy was I'll use ghost and whack you and then leave and then come back and then die and then leave and then come back and try and whack you. Like that's just what it was. Like it's yeah. But so there's no
Gotcha.
real rule set.
I got a couple more questions from the chat, but first I want to ask a question because Patrick Bet David has a big interview coming up with Michael Franzese
Oh
and
yeah.
Sammy the Bull Gravano. So I want to go around the room and I want to know. I'm going to count these off. I'm going to start from the right. I want to know who you got, Gravano or Franzese.
Shit, I don't know. That's tough. I fuck with Francis though. I even got Mikey, my boy.
Money man.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Who you got, Nino?
Oh man.
That's tough though,
To be
man.
honest, like I really, to be honest though, like I can't, I don't really know. Like I kind of, I got respect for both men, obviously, but I will say I gotta give it, I'll give it to Mike because, but I don't really know about him because if you listen to John Allight, the things
Yeah.
he said about them was, like these guys are they're not really like Sammy was street, but Michael was not street though. Michael was like he called him like
A
like
racketeer versus a
right versus
gangster.
a gangster, yeah. But
Yeah.
he also said that the blood like it was dilating the mob kind of blood like that type of mobster because it created this sense of like greed. He's told a story that like Michael was running around shaking down respected Lucchese people and John L. Light and his guys didn't really like that. So
Yeah.
you get kind of like this double-edged sword with Mike, but with Sammy, yeah, he's definitely a rat, for sure, a rat. He turned on his brothers, but Mike did too, but he didn't put away as many people as Sammy did, though. I feel like, I don't know, man. I'd say Mike though. Say Mike.
Going with Mike. It's 2-0 right now. Ange, who you got?
You gotta
Sammy the
go
Bull
with Mike.
Gravano or Michael Franzese?
Michael.
3-0.
Yeah, I think Mike's getting it.
Tommy, who you got,
Sound like
man?
a broken record here, but I'm gonna have to go with Michael Francis as well.
Oh man, it's looking like a clean sweep over here. Lenny, who you got?
Yeah, definitely Big Mike, man.
Big Mike, the gasoline money.
That boy going crazy.
Man,
Hilario, who you got?
I got Mikey.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought he was gonna be the oddball. Okay, I
Wow.
thought he was gonna say, nah, fuck that.
Clean sweep all the way around. This is the GTA Merlino family.
Yeah, man.
All
Team Mikey, man.
100% going
Team
Team
Mikey.
Michael Franzese.
Yeah, we
Wow,
all
that's
about the
incredible.
money.
That is incredible. Yes, this is the money crew over here. Racketeers over gangsters, apparently. I'm going to make a clip out of this and send it to
yeah,
Patrick Bet
big
David.
money,
We're all
man. Big
dying to see
money.
that interview, Pat.
Man.
Give us what we need.
Man. Come on. Man. Man.
I knew you guys would be sitting around. I knew you guys would be waiting for that. I knew you guys would be waiting for that interview. I watch all of those. I watch Sammy and Mike. And Patrick Bet David is somebody I've watched for a long time. He does incredible content and
Yeah,
has
yeah.
forever.
That's great.
But
He go crazy, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, I've been following him since he had like, I don't even know, like a few thousand followers. And I remember watching the guy early on and being like, man, why does this guy think he's a superstar? Right? But then now he is a superstar. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Showing you.
he just kept
He's
saying
showing
it and
you.
saying it and saying it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And like, just no breaks, not stopping for anybody, on the rise. Like, he already had a huge, very successful insurance company and that kind of thing. But like, he literally just got on YouTube and was like, "Oh, I'm interested in crime families. I'm interested in, talented people, business people, et cetera, et cetera." Started doing these interviews. Before you know it, he's interviewing people like former presidents and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And Yeah, and he's deep into crime families. He seems to know like all the players. Like some guys know baseball players and stats. He's like, well, and what about this guy? You know, Jimmy the Thumb over here. He's got 13 hits versus Sammy the Sammy the Nose over here. He's only got 17 hits. You know, who's the man for like he just knows all these guys like player
He got some
stats like
good
they're baseball.
instructions too.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. He's really good. So anyway, yeah, I will make a clip and I'll definitely be tagging all three of them. We'll get the hype up. We'll get the hype up. You better watch out though. Sammy the Bull, I think, is not gonna like that. You guys, this is a full Francis room.
Hey man, it's
Sorry,
I mean,
still
I
Sammy.
feel why
respect there,
I
man.
understand
It's
why he
still
said
respect
him in the
there,
bed.
man.
Yeah, Sammy nice. So he good. For
Yeah,
sure.
It's still respect there all the way, but nah, I gotta go with Big Mike, man.
We just money boys over here. You feel me?
Yeah, man, we love Green, man.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's great. All right. Let's see. Silent Wolf has some questions, but they already said 1%, man. 1%. No bulletproof helmets. No OG. No thermal helmets. None of that. That's 1%. Lady Salem has a question. Do you do assassinations hits on other crime families?
yeah.
We will if we get put to it. We don't just go off tops whacking people.
Yeah,
Right.
that whacking shit in this community is a whole different subject. You know what I mean? Like that shit be
Yeah, that's
toxic.
totally different toxicity right there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
To answer that question though, we in the past, yeah, we
Oh
whacked
yeah,
a lot of
we've
people,
got
a
real
lot of
grimy.
people, a lot of people, like a lot
We've
of
shut
people that
down families behind that, man.
a lot of people a lot of people that talk about us now too to this day. It always resorts back to that. Like we've done that. Yeah, we've been there,
That's
done
how we
that.
respond when it
You
comes
know,
to the
I
arguments.
I have I posted a video. I don't know if you saw it on my story, but we had guys sniping people out of spinning helicopters. Like spinning. Like the helicopter was. I'll repost it too. Look on my story, Dirty.
Yep.
I'll repost it tonight. A spinning helicopter. My guy sniped him out of it. So I mean, I've seen a lot in that, but
Wow.
I've seen the best of the best do what they do, and I just for nowadays I just I don't see a point in it. Like I said, I gotta see a reason. I gotta see a benefit. Me just going and whacking some random guy, it's like different. Like now, everybody if they whack a Merlino, now they're holding their nuts, going oh da da da. But the thing about it is that's the difference between us and a lot of these other people. They whack us and they're all over the place screaming about it. We whack them and we don't even care. It's like you're a
Yeah.
nobody to me. We don't care about you.
As
This is
long as
like
we get
happened.
our
This
get backs,
right.
you know
This
what it
happened to
is.
so many people before. We don't care, so we don't really do it. We gotta really see a reason to do this shit, and we don't see a lot of reasons here. We don't.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of benefit. There's not a lot of reasons. So
Rest in peace to my
Let me.
third cousin
so no, we
Benito,
don't
though,
do
man.
wax anymore. We don't do wax anymore. I'll say that. We will
Gotcha.
if it comes to it. We would obviously.
Oh yeah,
We got
we'll
people that'll
definitely
do it.
get
Yep.
active.
Right,
Yep.
but like I said, I gotta see a reason. I gotta see a benefit for my family.
Let me ask you this. Carmine Abruzzo wants to know, what do you think of the refurbished panel?
It's a little
If you want to
wild.
comment it, if you want to comment on it publicly, I should qualify that. I mean, this is about you guys, but if you want to talk community politics, I won't stop you. The question was asked.
I'm not gonna speak too much on it because I don't know a lot about it. Um, I really don't know who's in it. I really don't. So I'm not. I don't think I can answer that question. Actually, I really don't. I really don't know. I don't know about them. So I'll just say I don't know. I
Fair
really don't.
enough. Fair enough. Another question from Lady Salem. She wants to know: is this a male-only crew, or are females allowed?
We've had females before. We've had a couple females. I will say that we have all males now. So yes, it is a male crew right now. We obviously if a female were to come and she would have, like I said, we've got females though. I mean, my guy Zaz right here, he's got his girl. She plays with us too. That's his girl in real life. It comes back to you having to be a friend of a person in this family. If you're a female, if you're a male, I don't care. If you're friends with one of my guys and they say you're good and that you can follow our rules and live up to our standards in this crew, you're good. You know, that's all I ask. But
As long as you can get a vouch, you gravy here. We don't
and we get
discriminate on
right.
the fields.
Yeah. So yes, this is open to females, males. You know, it's just you have to be connected. You can't just. It don't matter if you're a female. You
Have
can't
to
just
know
come in
one of
my
us.
inbox and yeah. There's none of that. Like it's none of that. Doesn't matter if you're female or none of that. If you come in my inbox and you try and join like that, it's not gonna work. Same with a male. Same with the website thing. You know, it's all resorting back to that one factor. You have to be a family friend. You have to. No ifs,
Have to
ands, or
be a
buts.
friend of the friend.
Have to.
Very good. And I think you mentioned it earlier. You have members from Europe and other places. Is that accurate that your home nation doesn't matter, or do you try to limit it to certain countries?
Alright. Yeah, we like to have foreigners. I love having foreigners. I like to hear their accents. To be honest, me
Yeah.
personally, I really do. I love the British accent. We've had British guys here. You know, we've had Australians. Man, Australians are some of the funniest people on this planet. You know, I mean,
The funny ones
we
are.
got Dutch guys. I love my Dutch guys. You know, we got them right now. I got Ray. He's Dutch. We got guys Norwegians. We got we don't discriminate, man. We don't discriminate. We got blacks, whites, man. I don't care. It's all the same to me. I don't see color. I don't see nationality. You know.
All we see
That's
is
great.
loyalty.
Yeah, we just see
No
loyalty.
doubt.
Loyalty and respect, baby.
Outstanding. All right. Anything you guys want to cover before we wrap up?
No.
I'll finish it off on this. Merlino is gonna forever be here to stay.
Yeah, forever. We'll never be gone. We'll always be here, whether what anybody says, or we'll always be here. So obviously we get older, you know, we have lives. So I will say this, like, I wish the best to everybody out there in the community. Op or not, I wish the best to you. I wish you well. I hope one day, if you are, trying to boot people off like what was happening earlier, I hope you find something that makes you happy other than making other people go through stuff like that, or that's just, you know. But yeah, I do hope to see the community get better. I do, but I don't think that Merlino will be a part of any community revives or anything like that anymore. I will say that I just I don't think
Nah, I don't see
I don't think
ourselves in
that's in
that
our best
position.
interest right now. That's another thing I will say. We like I said multiple times, we're doing our own thing. Doesn't mean we have beef with anybody. Doesn't mean any of that. It just means we're sticking to ourselves. And I advise any other family out there to do the same. Stick to yourself, build yourself up. Make sure your circle is as tight as I feel like mine is, and you should be great. You should be in great shape if that's what your family is.
That's great. That's great. All right. Well, guys, again, I want to say thank you very sincerely. I really appreciate you being here. Nino, Lenny, Ilario, Sas, Tommy, Angelo, Furio, all you guys. And big love to the Dawn, who unfortunately had some connection issues. I want to say thank you so much to you guys for being on. I really appreciate it. I learned so much today. I do want to say, as we were talking about the Franzese and Sammy the Bull, it might be fun to come on again in the future sometime and just BS about sort of the mafia news and mafia stories and some of the stuff that goes on around the country and has gone on. There's so much there to talk about. If you guys ever want to just like sit around and bullshit about that, I would be open to doing something like that in the future. Maybe have some other guys from the community come on. That might be a fun thing for us to do because I know you guys are definitely deep in that culture.
Yeah, I'd definitely be down with that actually.
Down for that?
I'm
Just
all the way
bullshitting?
down.
We definitely would. Yeah,
Cool,
I
cool.
definitely
All the way down.
even if we did have some other people in the
Yeah,
community, we'll
That
discuss
would
that.
definitely
But
be cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah, that
We'll
would
get
be
up with
cool to
that
do.
later.
Yeah, that would be cool.
that sounds
We could
good.
definitely do that.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you guys very much. Again, I have posted, you have a website that has some information about your family for people who want to understand, more, a little bit deeper into what's out there. That is posted down in the description of the video. The family Instagram page is posted down in the description of the video. Is there anywhere else that people should go to check you guys out if they want to learn more information about your family?
Yeah, go check out if you haven't already. Go check out my Don's page, Don Tony Merlino. You can learn some of the roots from our family. Watch some of his videos. He's got a YouTube channel as well. But go check out my guy Ray S Merlino on Instagram as well. He puts together all of our, I would say, like our top videos. You can go watch any of them. They're all on his page. They're great videos. We love to see feedback, good or bad.
I'll
So
co-sign
go
that
check it
too.
out.
Ray does fantastic work. Fantastic work. Sorry you couldn't make it tonight, Ray, but yeah, big respect to you, man. Beautiful work. I love your videos. I watch all of them when I can, and yeah, definitely suggest you guys go check that out. Well, again, thank you very much. This has been the Merlino Crime Family. Thank you guys again for being on. That is going to be the end of the stream. And, for anybody who's watching this video later on, I am going to leave this up on the channel. I do need to do some edits to it, so it'll be a couple days before it is up for people to watch. If there are other crews that you would like to learn more about, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what other types of crews or specific crews would you like to get to know better. Put those down in the comments for me. Appreciate you guys for watching. That's the end of the show, and I'm out of here.